So welcome to all of you in video based IT training. In this video I am going to explain about NAT. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. As in my previous video I have explained you about private IP range and public IPs. So these all come under the private IP. So when we need to communicate over the internet, source must have a public IP. So with the help of private IP, any of the packet cannot travel over the internet, as I have explained in my last video. So like this topology, I have configured all the private IP up to this network there where I have to communicate in my local area network. But when I need to go over the internet, I must have to have, or this packet must have to have one of the public IP. So as soon as the packet reach here, suppose I want to communicate from here to this network somewhere. Right now I'm just communicating on this interface, but in the real scenario here can be a big internet cloud and connected here with one of the server that I want to communicate. But for easiness, right now I'm just considering this particular IP as a destination and source is this particular IP. So when, if you know, on the OSI model network layer header there is one is source IP and one is the destination IP that has been mentioned into the header of network layer header of OSI model. So when packets start from here and need to travel onto the another network that is residing somewhere here. So when packets start from here, it has the source IP 192.168.1.100, the IP of this particular machine, and destination IP is this particular. So when packets start from here, source IP is right now a private IP. 192, if you remember, comes under a private IP series. This is a private IP. But as I have told you, to travel over the internet, it must have to have one public IP. So what happens? Look here. This is the, now you can see here is the source IP is 200. So means that is done by the NAT enabled device. We will enable the NAT on this particular device that will translate this private IP into the public IP. Now you can see here, now when the packet start moving over the internet, this NAT enabled device translate this private IP into one of the public IP, and packet can move over the internet now. Okay, so this is our NAT enabled device which do all the translations from private to public IP. And when the packet start return path, means now naturally if any of the queries goes here, it must have to reply that query. So when the packet start in the destination, this particular, now you can see this particular source IP will be this side IP and destination will be this one. So packet reach here, start from here and reach up to the destination IP of this particular NAT enabled device in my network. It again check for that particular translation done by this NAT enabled device. In my practical scenario when I perform, I will show you everything. This particular device keep all the translation detail into the database. So it will check against that particular translation, again translate back into the actual source IP and send back it to the particular machine. So this is the function of a NAT. So when any of the packet with private IP moving toward the internet, this NAT enabled device translate public to private, and when packet come back, the function of the NAT is to convert back public to particular private IP address. Hope the basic concept is clear to you about the NAT. So before proceeding, you must be familiar with some of the terms used in the NAT. Inside local, inside global, outside local and outside global. So what is this term? Come back on this topology. Very first, inside local, this is my inside network. So inside IP, local IP is the inside, known as the inside local IP, and this is the inside global, with the help of which public IP I am communicating outside world. So inside local is the private IPs, inside global is the public IP, with the help of which I am communicating over the internet. Outside global, this one, this is the outside global IP where I am communicating directly, and last one is the outside local. As I have told you, here can be a big internet scenario, and I am connected to some of the LAN here, which is again using the private IP. So that will be known as the outside local address, that is used by that particular local area network of my destination where I want to communicate. But in this scenario, I keep very simple topology. So both outside local and both outside global is same in this scenario. Okay, so hope it's clear to you. So there can be three types of NAT configuration. One is the static NAT, one is the dynamic NAT, and one is the port address translation. In short, it's called PAT. Okay, so one by one we will do everything practically and show you how we can configure the static NAT, dynamic NAT and PAT into the real scenario. So very first, in this video I will explain you about the static NAT, and in upcoming next videos I will explain you about the dynamic NAT also. So basically, what is static NAT? Static NAT is one-to-one translation. One-to-one translation means each private IP, for each private IP we need one public IP address. Means if you come back to this, right now you can see we have one this IP and one this IP. So to communicate over the internet, we will do the static configuration. If any of the requests coming from this particular IP, we need one public IP, and if request coming from the second network, second device in the same area network, then there should be some second IP like 10.10.q. So when we come on the dynamic netting, I will show you that also. Private IP, if we have the multiple machines in my network, so for each private IP we require one separate public IP. So why we do this? Suppose I have some web servers, or any type of server that need to communicate over the internet. For the security reason, I want to hide my actual IP of the server from the outside world. In that case, we configure the static configuration. One-to-one static NAT configuration is mainly for the server side configuration. Okay, so this is the syntax that we do practically, how we can configure the static NAT. IP static NAT inside source static, this is a command. Then inside local and inside global mapping. This is my private IP and this is my public IP for each particular translation. So this is a standardized syntax for configuring the static NAT. So let's come here. I'm going to use this topology for the NAT configuration. Same topology that I was discussing with you in the PPTs also. So now I have to do the static configuration. Right now I have two servers, suppose this one and this one. So one IP for the translation, I will use this IP, and second can take any IP, like for second translation I will use 200.10.10.q for the translation purpose. So I have done the basic configuration, nothing more I have done. I have configured, you can verify, 10.1.1.100, and on this IP machine 10.101. On this router I have done only the interface configuration, enable, show, running, nothing more I have done here. Okay. On the fast Ethernet I have configured 192.168.1.1, and on serial interface I have configured 200.10.10.1 IP. Nothing more has been done here. You can verify that. Same here also, I have just configured this interface with IP serial 1/0 with IP enable, show, running. You can see here I have just configured 20.0.0.2 IP on this interface. Nothing more has been done. So now let's start NAT configuration. For that purpose, come to the conf mode, IP NAT inside source. This is a standard syntax. Now you can verify what source. I want to configure a static configuration. Got it? This is the standard. Now next it is asking for the inside local IP, as I have explained you. So my inside local IP is 192.168.10. Let me check. 1.100. Sorry. 1.100. I want to translate this IP with this global IP. Let's check here. Inside global IP. Look here. Now it is saying inside global IP address. We need to for the translation. For that purpose, I am going to use 200.10.10.1 IP. 200.10.10.1 IP. So one translation has been done. Second, for this particular server having the IP 192.168.1.101, I want to translate it with the 200.10.10.2. IP NAT inside source static. So inside global IP is 192.168. Just let's do like this. .1.101 for this particular machine. I want to translate it with the 2 has been configured. I want to translate, sorry, 2 has been configured there. So I'm going to do the translation with 3 IP. 192, sorry, 200.10.10.3. So it has been done the translation. Show, running. Now you can see here the translation has been done. Second thing we have to mention, we have to configure, like this is the fast Ethernet 0/0 connected to the inside network, and this serial 1/0 is connecting to the outside world. So I have to configure which particular interface is connected to the inside net and which particular interface is connecting to the outside. Okay, so let's do that also. For that purpose, I've come to this router. Fast Ethernet is connecting to the inside. So enable config. For that purpose, first we need to go that particular interface. Fast Ethernet 0/0 command is IP NAT inside, that is connecting to the inside world. And then exit, then go to interface serial 1/0 like this one, that is connecting to the outside. IP NAT outside. So this is basic, all the configuration has been done. Check it, show running. You can see here that fast Ethernet is IP NAT inside source and serial 1/0 is the outside source. The configuration has been done. So what I can do to verify this, I will start the debug command, debug IP NAT. Okay, and I can start the debugging here also. Debug IP NAT. Now what I will do, I will try to ping here. First I will show you this configuration. Just minimize it. Just ping. What is happening this here? Ping 200.10.10.2. Let's get started. Look here, the debugging now. On the right row 0, it is showing coming from the 100 has been translated to 201 that I have done the static routing, and it is showing destination is 202. If I check here also is nothing has been. I will start here debug IP ICMP for that purpose to verify. Now start from here. Ping 200.10.10. 10.2. Now if I go here, look here, destination is 203 that I have translated from here to here. So hope again verify. Look here, we could apply send to this one and check it here also. Now this session is expiring. After a few time this session become expired. So here also we can verify, show IP NAT. You can see here translation. So this translation has been done. 3 is here, that has been translated with 10. That has been translated with 101. When I check the translation, you can see here and you can see here. So that is a static NAT we have configured here, and this is all about the inside local, inside global is the 3, this one, inside local is the this one, and as I have told you, in this scenario I have configured inside local, outside local as well as global is the same. So this is all about the static NAT configuration. So hope everything is clear to you. If still you have any doubt, you can write me in the comment. In my next video I will explain about the dynamic net.